Welcome to another edition of the Tech Bite series. Today we're going to be hearing from James Conyers, who is the Digital Technology Coordinator here at Martyrs College of Education. And he's going to be talking about some of the classroom technology options we have available here, specifically the SmartBoard. So I'm going to introduce him right now, and thanks for tuning in.
Okay, well, I'm glad you came, everyone, and I'm going to show you the SmartBoard. I'll show you a few basic things that we do with it, and then I'll kind of hopefully let the wheels spin in your head so you can think about what you might want to use it for if you were to use it in the classroom. We do have SmartBoards or Promethean boards in every room except for one, and that's 408 upstairs. So there's always one there, and I would just be thrilled to see it being used. Okay, what we've got here is an Adobe Connect meeting.
Stop sharing.
Stop sharing? Do I want to?
Right now we're seeing your screen.
How about that?
Yes.
Is that better? Okay. This is a Smart Notebook file that I actually imported from a PowerPoint. I would like to show you how I did that. It's a very easy thing to do. So I'm going to close this. Oops. Actually, I'll just minimize it. So Smart Notebook is usually in a Smart Technologies folder. Smart Notebook. It'll open up a blank notebook file. This is what it looks like. It has a bunch of buttons on it. We'll get into those buttons later. I have a PowerPoint. Let's say I've created a PowerPoint and I want to import that PowerPoint. You go to File, Import. I have a PowerPoint on my desktop here. Click on that. It should open PPT files and PPTX files. It converts the PowerPoint. So it actually opens up PowerPoint first, goes through every slide, and you'll see it working. It didn't convert properly, and that's probably because I've already converted it once and that same file is open already. So we will ignore that error completely, and we'll go to the other notebook file. So this is what it would look like once it's converted to PowerPoint. Pay no attention to that error because it's the exact same one. I have a series of slides here. There's something on Windows 7 machine that I just figured out today, in fact. It's called Flicks. You know how your iPad works or your iPod, where you flick your screen up and down or left to right? You can do that with Windows 7. And you just kind of go like this, and it goes through the pages. Not doing a very good job. Otherwise, you can just use your mouse and scroll through the slides here. I'm going to back up a second because one important thing that you want to make sure is that this green light is on. If this is on red, you're in trouble. I would recommend in that case unplugging all the USBs and plugging them back into the computer, and it should recognize it. So it has to be green in order to recognize content. Recognize that it's a touchscreen capability. Okay, what we're going to do now is I want to run through some slides here and show you some of the basic functionalities. So you have your slides on the left, and then it shows it in the big screen right here. This is my intro slide, so let's say I'm giving a talk, And I start out with this slide, and then we'll go to the next slide, which is slide 2. We're going to talk about our Community Partner Awards. I've got this thing that is called a screen shade. It's available from clicking on this button right here. You can hide the screen, and you can reveal it from left to right, from top to bottom, right to left, and bottom to top. So let's just say I'm going to talk about the Community Partner Awards. And I give a brief introduction of it, and then let's say that I want to do a little, you can draw over it, you can highlight it. I'm going to highlight that with my finger, or I can grab a pen and do the same thing, except the pen turns black. So now we're going to go down, and we're going to, I've already highlighted this, and there's all these magic pens that are really maybe for kids, but you can draw with just some cool magic pens if you would like to. There is a highlighter, and I lost it. I cannot find it anymore. Your arrow is your select thing, so you can select it and delete these if you don't want them on there anymore. It converts every thing that you draw to its own image. So now I'm back to a regular PowerPoint slide. Okay, so I'm done with that slide. I'm going to take the screen off, and we're going to go to the next one. I've highlighted something here, and I've shown you that. Let's just say you have a picture on here. This is some kid's picture, and you want to, maybe draw the green trees in a little bit more. You can do that. It doesn't matter the color that you pick up. The color will match the pens. So if I want to draw blue, I can do that. There's different pen options by going up here. You can also change options by going to the different menus here. But I'm not going to do that right now. I've got an image here, which I would like to, let's just say we're going to have a little Where's Waldo session. I like using the screen to just hide stuff and then reveal them. I think it helps with your presentation so you don't show everything at the same time. This is a really complicated picture, but we really want to just kind of zoom in on just a few parts. You've maybe seen the weatherman do this on his show. There's this button up here called the magic pen. When you roll over it, it says magic pen there. It's got the little stars by it. If you click anywhere and draw a circle, it creates a little magnifying glass. If you move your finger in the circle from left to right or up and down, it will get bigger or smaller. So we'll make it small. And then if you click outside, you can move it around. So if we really want to find Waldo, we can kind of zoom in and not be distracted, because granted it's hard to see Waldo there, but if you use your magic pen, draw your circle, and then you can kind of really start focusing on where he might be. I actually don't think he's in this picture, so it doesn't matter. I didn't draw anything else there. What I'd like to do is stop sharing that, and I'm going to share just my desktop. Okay, we're done with the Smart Notebook file. Let's say I want to get an image from the web. You know, I can type, type by clicking the keyboard tray button down here, and it pops up the keyboard, and I can start typing a bunch of stuff and search for that. Ah, found a cat. There's a right-click function on Smart Notebook. You can just hold your, actually we'll go to the big size image. Once you're on an image, click and hold it, and then it selects your right click. You can go to copy image, and you can go to, you know, PowerPoint. We're going to create a new PowerPoint, and all you can do here is just right click and hit paste, and you have your image. No need to worry about saving files onto your desktop or anything like that. You're good to go. PowerPoint is, I'm not going to save that, and I'm not going to save that. I have another PowerPoint here. This was from an Adobe Connect session that I had, and we are going to go over some slides. So let's say I'm doing my slideshow from the beginning. I'd like to show you, when you have a PowerPoint on a smartboard, it automatically creates these buttons left to right, and you can go to a bunch of different various settings. So I can go left to right by clicking here, or with the flicks, I should be able to go like this to my next one. And you actually don't have to do it very hard at all. This is for Adobe Connect. You can go left to right or up to down to go back and forth. So kind of a cool little feature. You find that down here in the bottom, flicks. You can customize it. So you can do navigational flicks and editing flicks, or just navigational, or a bunch of other stuff. So that's kind of cool. It's only available on Windows 7 machines, but I found it very useful when I was searching for, what is this? Oh yeah, that's a cat. When I was searching for images, just, you know, going through here, it's a lot easier. Rather than going like this and then going down, this just does it one page at a time, which is pretty slick. And you could do it from your mouse over here if you want it, but it's a little cumbersome. And that's, I think, the whole point of the smartboard, is just to get comfortable with being able to touch it and let it do its work for you. So let's have Chrome search for something for us. There's a keyboard that pops up anytime you're inputting text anywhere. Kind of like the iPad, whenever it knows that you have to type something, it puts a keyboard in there. 3 times to select everything, and then it pops a keyboard up, and you can type high def images. Okay, there's an image here. So let's put this in a Smart Notebook file this time. We're going to copy this by clicking and holding. Oops. Copy image. Now let's open a new Smart Notebook file. Paste. Keep resolution. And it puts a really nice looking high def image on our page, which then we can again magic pin it. Looks like it's slowing down because of the resolution maybe. I think it's slowing down because of the resolution of the picture. That's why it's not doing what I want it to do. There we go. There we go. And look at the pretty high-def image if we would like. There's tons of other features in Smart. If you want to export this, you can do that. There's a web page, there's image files, PDF, a CFF, I don't know what that is, and a PowerPoint. So we might want to do it as a PDF. It'll give you a lot of different options. You can do it as handouts, as a full page, with just the thumbnails, however you'd like. There's landscape or portrait functions as well, but just some of a few basic built-in features. There's also the ability to insert flash files. If you have a flash file that you want to import, I don't know if you create anything in Flash or not. You can download flash files that are cool little movies maybe. Flash video files. This will be a .swf, the flash file, and the flash video will be a .flv. So when this session is done, you can create in Adobe Connect a offline FLV file. And so the next session, maybe if you, and you can edit that, the next session if you wanted to show a snippet of this presentation, you could import a flash video file into Smart. And then when you play it, it would just play a video within this screen. Smart Notebook functions similar to PowerPoint, but different. Everyone with PowerPoint likes to do, view slideshow from the beginning and do it full screen, which is great, but more and more we're seeing a lot of stuff be interactive and you need to change things on the fly or point out something in your presentation or reveal something or take a camera snapshot of the whole screen, and then it looks like it puts it into optimize. That's a screen capture. I don't know if you've done print screen on here, but it has its own screen capture. Does anyone have any questions at this point? Yes.
Can you zoom?
Can you zoom? Good point. Good question. You should be able to view zoom 200% if you would like. There might be an easier way to do it. There's a lot of ways in Smart to set up customizable functions where you can have your function key be a specific thing that you would like. And if you change this to, there's another type of keyboard that has the function buttons on there. I forget what it is. I'll never mind. Good question. What else do I know? You can insert links, sounds, tables, so you can do all your Excel stuff in here. You probably do your SPSS data analysis in here. I believe you can export this as a I was gonna, I guess, say Promethean boards. There's two rooms in the Mortgage College, 122 and 304, that have Promethean boards, and theirs is a different type of program. It's called Active Inspire. Let's see if we can open that up. So this is Promethean's job at creating a smart type of interface. So you can use Smart and Promethean on the same board. If you're used to using Smart Notebook, but you're stuck in 304 or 122, you can open up your Smart Board stuff on here. So let's just do 1, 2, 3. We're going to save this in Promethean to my desktop. We'll title it test. Okay, so we've created a Promethean file. We'll close that. Close that. File, import. File, open. Test. Sorry, haven't done this in a while. You can export out of ActiveInspire as a PowerPoint, and I believe a Smart as well. Well, maybe not. I may be getting ahead of myself. Publish. I don't recall. You should be able to export this file out as a PowerPoint somehow. I mostly work with Smart, so I don't work with Promethean boards. But Promethean boards function a little differently. You have to use a pen at all times. Smarts, you don't. So I guess that's all I have for these Smart boards, but let's make it practical for you. If you have a laptop and you want to bring it in, students can get a free version of Smart Notebook from smarttech.com. So you can download that, start creating stuff. If you put it on your laptop, every single Smart board and teaching station should have a laptop connection somewhere. This one has a cable hanging down from it. This is your laptop connection. There's an input button here, and you put it to the next VGA. Give it a second. Okay, now I've got my laptop right here. I wanted to show you a PowerPoint because there's something that Cisco and Telepresence are now working on. They're collaborating. Cisco and Smart Technologies, sorry. It's called Telepresence Sync. This is a confidential PowerPoint, but it's basically creates a, it uses the SmartBoard as a telepresence video endpoint, which means you can collaborate on your SmartBoard as if this was a video conferencing unit. So it's kind of slick. We're looking at getting one here at the college. I think it's quite pricey, but I think that is about all I have. Who has any other questions at all?
Besides PowerPoint, what can you import into a Smart Notebook?
Well, let's go back to our other computer here. Let's see. I believe you can import a lot of stuff, including images and flip. Okay, so if you're in Promethean, you want to save it out as a .flp, all Promethean files. It'll do XML-based XPS documents, and then any generic interactive whiteboard file. You should be able to import PDFs as well somehow. I don't know.
So if I wanted to do something like a math presentation where I'm showing how things vary by changing values, and I wanted to do it visually, I should do that as a flash probably.
If you can do that as a flash, absolutely. Let's see if I can open up my PDF document. Looks like it's going to try and convert a PDF. And it failed. Okay, so maybe not the best example. You should be able to convert a PDF to either a web page or just picture files as well. And do it that way. There's a bunch of stuff in the galleries that you can use. There's Google 3D Warehouse. You could probably download all your 3D images and put them on here. Yeah, I think that's about it. What else? Sure. Okay. Thanks.
Thank you so much.
Sure. Do you guys want to play with it for a while?
Yes, we should stop